Good afternoon. My name is Peter Toberman, and I will be presenting information and research done while I was enrolled in a political economy of China class taught by Professor Kong at the University of Oklahoma. Please join me as I seek to analyze the Chinese Hukou system as part of an urban-rural sectoral analysis from a political economy perspective. The agenda will consist of an introduction to the topic, an overview of the Hukou system's background and significance of this topic, my exact research question, a thorough analysis of my central claim, which will cover political initiatives such as industrialization, social control, and protectionism, and this will be followed by a conclusion and wrap-up discussion on the road ahead for the Hukou system. The last slide contains the sources used for your reference. The People's Republic of China is ruled under the leadership of the Chinese Communist Party and incumbent President Xi Jinping. It covers over 9.6 million square kilometers and has a population of over 1.3 billion, with approximately 44% living in rural areas and 56% of its population residing in urban areas. We will now transition to a discussion on the significance and importance of our main topic, the Hukou system. China's Hukou institution is relatively unknown outside of China, and yet it serves as one of its most important formal institutions. The Hukou system is integral to China's management of its own population and migration that takes place within its borders. At its root, the Hukou system is used to record the identity and location of residents or households as any census system would. The Hukou system dates back to the Zhou dynasty, which existed from 1100 to 256 BC and continues to serve the purpose of managing China's growing population. With the founding of the People's Republic of China in 1949, the Hukou underwent a transformation to include regulations on residency, temporary residency, birth, death, moves to and from an address, and overall changes. This is an especially intriguing topic due to the way in which the Hukou system is a mechanism of the state in fulfilling political initiatives. The Hukou system is an enduring part of the Chinese way of life, which begs one particular and important question as we move to the next slide. The key question now is this: is there a political logic for maintaining the Hukou system? We will explore this question in full detail as we move on to a thorough analysis from a political economy perspective. Our central claim is that despite urban-rural income inequality and economic consequences, there is a political logic for maintaining the Hukou system due to its foundation in political initiatives such as industrialization, social control, and protectionism in rural and urban sectors. We will now move on to an analysis of the Hukou system from an industrialization perspective. There is a political logic for maintaining the Hukou system due to its foundation in industrialization initiatives in China's urban and rural sectors. China's Hukou system is rooted in an industrialization strategy that emerged in the latter half of the 1950s, which was designed to extract resources from the countryside in support of rapid urban industrialization. Since the 1950s, the Hukou system is primarily used to serve the state's new export-oriented industrialization strategy by freeing the peasantry to create a vast class of extremely cheap and mobile labor. In freeing the peasantry, the Hukou system facilitated China's construction and manufacturing boom through the introduction of temporary work permits for rural migrants. In 1984, China introduced two executive orders, both of which delineated roles for companies classified as either labor only or those that required more skilled workers. The labor-only companies exploded with the introduction of a massive wave of rural migrants on temporary Hukou status to fill construction and manufacturing jobs and was key in fulfilling industrialization initiatives. Additionally, the Hukou system is integral in limiting the flow of migrants to newly industrialized areas. It is important that the PRC continue to utilize the Hukou system to ensure that the predominantly rural population does not swamp the cities and bring down wages for newly industrializing areas. We will now discuss the Hukou's foundation and social control initiatives. There is a political logic for maintaining the Hukou system due to its foundation and social control initiatives in China's urban and rural sectors. I will cover the law and order aspect, as well as the financial implications of not maintaining the Hukou system. The PRC currently utilizes the Hukou system as a means for socio-political control of its population and delegates authority to specific groups or individuals in order to enforce this mechanism. Such groups or individuals include the Ministry of Public Security, specialized Hukou police officers, and public security bureaus. Order is fundamentally preserved by a clear distinction between outsiders and insiders of a particular neighborhood. The Hukou system is a powerful tool in managing these specific targeted individuals. Without the Hukou system, Chinese citizens classified into agricultural and non-agricultural sectors based on their residence would have equal claim to all benefits, such as state benefits, including coupons for obtaining heavily subsidized rice, oil, cloth, and sugar from state-operated shops, job placement, housing, education, and medical benefits. Overall, costs would be too great to the state. There is a political logic for maintaining the Hukou system due to its foundation in protectionist initiatives and the rise of protectionism in China's urban sector. After the 1978 economic reforms, sharp increases in labor migration took place in order to satisfy the demands of urban enterprises, as well as to spur economic growth in key urban areas. We'll go over four key arguments from the protectionist point of view. First, the state directs the overall course of the national economy and is a very difficult process to shift policy direction in the short term to different political interests of the ruling party. Second, due to the belief that urban residents perceive migrants as competitors for jobs and state-sponsored benefits, as well as primary reasons for crime and overloaded infrastructure in cities, interest groups and local governments seek to protect the interests of local residents and are essentially more inclined to promote Hukou-based policies that may discriminate against rural migrants. Due to the growing pressure from urban workers, elites within local governments experienced increased lobbying to establish quotas on migrant laborers in order to reduce social instability. A third point revolves around financial obligations to urban and rural residents, or rather, budgetary constraints promulgated by the potential influx of rural migrants. Simply put, in maintaining the current Hukou system, the state and local governments are protected from potential bankruptcy scenarios, which is a key interest of the state in continuing its capacity to decentralize. Fourth, urban environments are ill-equipped to accommodate mass migration, and city governments are afraid that abolishing the Hukou system will result in sharp pressure on employment, security, traffic, and schools in key urban city centers. Due to the overarching role of the Hukou system as a mechanism for industrialization, social control, and protectionist initiatives, the Hukou system will endure. Although there is a political foundation for its continued presence, it is expected that the Chinese state under Xi Jinping will evaluate the benefits of the Hukou system in relation to its challenges, criticisms, and shortcomings in helping the state reach its primary endpoints moving forward. However, a realistic consideration is that the Hukou system is a cultural mainstay and essential to the state's political initiatives and economic outcomes in key focus areas. Please consult the next slide for a further look into the sources utilized for this presentation. Thank you very much for your time.